On this episode of Family Travel Time, we head to Colorado Springs, Colorado, which is about 70 miles south of Denver. On this trip, we spent 2 nights at the Broadmoor Resort, at the foothills of the Rocky Mountains.
The lake and the mountains are absolutely gorgeous.
We visited 2 of the top tourist attractions, including Seven Falls and also Garden of the Gods, which are both a short distance from the resort. Follow us as we discover what Colorado Springs has to offer.
We need to wait this.
How stressful is that, Eva?
I just don't want to talk about it right now.
After we made it through security, we made it to our plane just in time while it was boarding.
Wasn't easy.
I always get stressed out that we're not going to make it, but we always do.
Once we finally got to our seat, Daniel started being Daniel.
No, Daniel, no.
It's so cute and at the same time so challenging to have a toddler on a plane.
But luckily, he loves to look out the window when the plane is backing out or when it takes off. The flight is only an hour and 50 minutes from LAX to Denver, and fortunately, it was early enough so Daniel slept most of the flight. And before we knew it, we were landing in Denver.
We're in Colorado.
Yay!
After we landed, my parents were there to pick us up, which was very convenient with the baby. My parents are just the best. Next, we headed down south to the Broadmoor Resort, which is about 90 miles from the Denver airport. And it's located in the city of Colorado Springs.
Look, Daniel, we're at the Broadmoor.
The Broadmoor Hotel was built in 1918 by the philanthropist Spencer Penrose, and he made most of his money from mining and real estate. He was also known for building the Will Rogers Shrine of the Sun, the Cheyenne Lodge, known today as Cloud Camp, and the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, which you can get a free shuttle to if you're staying at the resort. And all these sites sit on top of the Cheyenne Mountain just above the resort.
Okay, so I just found out a fact about Penrose. He graduated last in his class from Harvard. Last. So remember, if you're graduating last, that means the world is not over.
He did go to Harvard, though.
He did go to Harvard, but he graduated last in his class, so.
The Broadmoor Resort sits on 5,000 acres around a man-made lake known as Cheyenne Lake.
The lake and the mountains are absolutely gorgeous.
Whether you're a guest at the hotel or you're just stopping by for a visit, it's definitely worth walking around the lake. Just ask Daniel. I think he enjoyed walking around the lake quite a bit.
It's gonna go down.
If you're a guest of the resort, there are also plenty of amenities to enjoy. Whether it's the indoor pools or the gym or spa that's attached to it, there are also many award-winning restaurants, a world-renowned golf course, and last but not least, an infinity pool that overlooks the lake.
We're gonna be here for 2 nights. We're staying here with Brett's parents, so they're watching the baby right now, so we have a little bit of time to ourselves. The hotel seems like a time capsule. Even though it's older, it's still in a top-notch quality.
Even though it was built in 1918, 36 presidents have stayed here since then. That's pretty insane. That pretty much means every president since 1918 has stayed here. Inside, you feel like you're in the Titanic or something. It's very elegant, high class, 1920s, just classic charm. And also, my grandparents stayed here on their honeymoon in 1948. It's hard to believe that it's already been 75 years ago. But based upon our first impressions, we're doubtful that much has changed.
Peekaboo! 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 Okay, so we are in our room, and it's a small room, but oh my god, it's one of the nicest rooms we've ever stayed in. Look at that view.
The lake and the mountains are so beautiful.
One of the coolest things about this room, after the view, is this chandelier. It is magnificent. I am thinking to buy one of those for our house. And, this whole hotel has a whole bee theme going on for Brett. No, just kidding. It's for Broadmoor.
And on to the bathroom.
I've been drinking some tea. They give you complimentary tea and coffee and water, which is pretty cool. Look at this mirror. It's a nice enough size for Daniel, right, Dan? Is this good enough? That's good enough, right? Yeah. Room is overall on the smaller side, but I think back in the day, they were not making them as grand. The bathroom is very elegant. It's small, but it has everything you need. Say bye-bye. Mwah. Mwah. Good job. Good job. Good job.
After getting settled in our room, we headed out on the road to Seven Falls.
We are going to Seven Falls today. Woo-hoo!
falls are only 1 mile away from the Broadmoor Resort, but we decided to take the shuttle.
So this is the line to go to the Seven Falls, but the bus looks pretty big, so I think we'll make it.
Luckily, we were able to get on this bus, or else we would have had to wait another 20 minutes.
The shuttle is free and it takes about 10 minutes to get there. The reason why everyone has to take the shuttle is that there is no parking at the entrance.
And once off the shuttle, it's a short walk to the ticket booth where you can purchase tickets to get into the park. It's $18 for adults, and kids under 2 are free. Just got inside the park, and it's about 0.8 miles up to the top of where the falls are at. It's a really nice day. It's a little hot, but...
And even though they told us that the falls are manufactured, the beauty of the surrounding area is not, and it is so beautiful. The road is beautifully paved and the hike is not that difficult even though it's completely uphill. The great thing about it being paved is that you can push the stroller without any problems.
Are you out of breath?
I'm pretty out of breath. Even though I'm saying that the hike is not difficult, I'm out of breath.
Altitude, yeah.
It's high altitude, we're not used to it.
And finally, once we reach the top, there's a gift shop and a tunnel that's cut straight through the mountain, which takes you to an elevator up to the Seven Falls observation deck.
To be honest, I'm kind of scared of heights, so even standing here, my knees start going weak.
Wow, this view is the best view that I've seen in Colorado so far.
It's beautiful, but it's scary.
And then we headed back down to ground level to check out the main attraction, Seven Falls.
Wow, the falls are beautiful, and I'm so glad we went to the observation deck because that's where you can really see the magnitude of the falls.
You can choose to walk up the 224 steps to the top, or just the first flight of steps like I did. The views were great from up here. You could get a much better view of the upper falls and a much better perspective on how high these cliff walls really are. Walking up these steps was a great way to end this visit at Seven Falls. Later that evening, after we arrived back at the resort, we walked across the lake to the West Tower to go have a family dinner.
And Daniel had a few things to say as well. I think Daniel was saying he's hungry.
Actually, I think we're all hangry, so we were really excited to eat at this Italian restaurant called Ristorante del Lago.
It's dinner time and we're here with the baby and Brett's family, so look at that view. It's an amazing view. First thing we're trying is the bread that comes complimentary. It has Kalamala olives, so let's try it. It's excellent.
And for dinner, Yev and I ordered the arugula salad, a penne pasta, and Daniel just settled on the bread.
I'm gonna try the pasta for you guys. Actually, it's excellent. Very, very good. 9 out of 10.
Overall, we thought this restaurant was amazing, and we had such a great time with the family. After dinner, we checked out more rooms in the West Tower, including all of these celebrities that have stayed here throughout the years.
Arnold and Ciara.
It's hard to find a celebrity who's not on this wall.
And to end the night, we headed back to the main building to check out the hotel's bar. This bar is very classic, and it looks like it's straight out of the 1920s. So we're at the hotel bar, and it's a very fancy, swanky bar, and we had a great day today. Daniel's actually drinking water on the rocks. We're having a great time at this place. What a great way to end the night. Have a little bit of whiskey. We got some.
Well, cheers. I have nothing to add.
Cheers. Happy Mother's Day. Today's Mother's Day.
And we thought the night was over, but Daniel decided that he was gonna get drunk off water.
Oh yeah!
And then he took the camera and decided to be a cinematographer.
And then Daniel grabbed my camera and just took off running into the lobby. And of course I had to go chase after him, which was kind of embarrassing. Daniel? Come here. Come here, mister. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning. We got a lot to do today. Gotta walk around the Broadmoor all day. Come on, Daniel, you can do it.
You can do it.
Good morning. Good morning. Once Daniel finally woke up for the day, we headed to the hotel's cafe to grab some coffee and breakfast. Cappuccino?
After we got our caffeine fix, we went shopping.
He can't live without me. He always acts like he can, but he can't.
We didn't end up buying anything, but they had a good selection if you're in a mood to shop.
And then we headed upstairs to check out the hotel's library.
What are you doing?
Do you think you're Harry Potter?
This is a very cool book.
This library totally reminds me of being Harry Potter. Although it's small, there are lots of interesting books, just like the ones Daniel found.
Daniel, are you gonna read those books? I don't think you should throw those on the ground. No. And after Daniel destroyed the library, we found our way out onto the front porch.
The front porch is another place that reminds you of how grand this place really is. And if you're lucky, you can see some of the hotel's permanent residents.
There's a lot of deers here. Look at them. They're all over. There's 5, 6.
And next, I had a big business meeting I had to take care of.
Look at all those people. They all work for me.
Well, we got Daniel back here. Daniel made the meeting. How was your meeting?
We discussed some important topics.
Finally, we grabbed lunch at the restaurant La Taverne, which is a Parisian-themed seafood and steakhouse, which has been here since 1939 and has some really unique decor. Ooh, you like the chandelier?
We really enjoyed eating at this restaurant. The food was excellent, but the ambience was even better.
Cheers. Cheers. And then we hit the road to Garden of the Gods, which is only about 6 minutes from the Broadmoor Resort. It is considered a public park, but looks like a national park.
So we're here at the Garden of the Gods. Daniel's super excited to be here, and it's a beautiful day. Although it's still, a little chilly and windy. But we're so excited to go check out the trails, and it already so far looks so beautiful.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This park opens up at 5 a.m. daily, and it's free to the public. They have a famous gift shop called the Trading Post, which is the largest and oldest in Colorado, and also a visitor nature center. They have amazing exhibits that are very educational, not to mention amazing views of the park from this vantage point. And once we drove into the park, we were lucky enough to find a spot in the main parking lot, which runs straight through the heart of the park. And it's well paved, which makes it great for families and kids.
This place is so incredible, and wow, it is so tall. I think it's even taller than the Broadmoor main building where we were earlier today.
These beautiful red rocks are made of sandstone, which were uplifted vertically with the massive force of the uplifting of the Rocky Mountains millions of years ago. And these rock formations have made for much sought after sights in the park, including Balanced Rock, the Kissing Camels, and the Siamese Twins. They also make a great place for rock climbing.
It's pretty amazing that people have the will to do this, but it's enough for me.
And then if you continue onto the trail, it leads up to a beautiful scenic overlook.
It was so magical to be there with our little Daniel.
All in all, this was a really great place to visit. We highly recommend that you come here and take a visit with your family or your friends.
We really enjoyed our trip to Colorado Springs, and this is a great place to wrap it all up.